Okay, so I forgot my script, so I'm going to try to stay with the approved comments that he gave me to say. So Jon Bonar is the Director of Sourcing and Commodities at Morton Buildings. He moved here about 7 years ago after his retirement from the Marine Corps. He served 22 years. And he is a graduate of The Ohio State University and received his MBA from Webster University. He is originally from LA, and in addition to the Marine Corps, his other love is hockey. And he has been playing hockey since he was 6 years old. And he currently serves as the treasurer for the Central Illinois Veteran Warriors, which he will share with you more about that. But he really enjoys spending time with his beautiful wife, lovely and doting, beautiful wife, and his loving dogs, Winnie and Lulu. So welcome, Jon.
All right, well, hey, thanks for having me. So everyone here is probably a presentation about hockey. Well, I guess it is, but it's more about a program to help disabled and injured veterans. So Central Illinois Warriors have been around 6 years, and we are a 501c3, and we fall under what's called the USA Hockey Disabled Program. So the USA Hockey Warrior Program was exclusively designed and set up for disabled veterans. So most of our funding right now actually comes from the Department of Veteran Affairs under a rehabilitation grant. So the program is open to all reservists, active duty, and non-disabled vets, but there are certain games and tournaments that they're not eligible to play in unless they have a VA disability rating. So there's several types of disabilities on the team. I would describe most of them as a shoulders up. So a lot of traumatic brain injuries and PTSD. So we've got numerous types. We've got players on the team that were helicopter crashes that used hockey as rehabilitation. And a year or two before they started playing, they had to relearn to walk. And we've got several players with Purple Hearts. And we've got one player now with a severe traumatic brain injury to where part of his brain actually had to his skull had to be opened up from swelling. So we've got numerous types of injuries.
Good.
All right, so this is this is how big USA Hockey Warrior Program and other disabilities. So these are all the teams around the country. Okay. Yep. No, it's fine. We're good. So a lot of the programs have actually gone pretty good. We've got about 4 or 5 teams now that are actually sponsored by NHL teams. So the biggest programs right now are probably Philadelphia, St. Louis, Minnesota, and Colorado, and Chicago. So all those teams receive most of their coaching and funding through their parent NHL club. So most of ours right now comes from the Department of Veteran Affairs. So introduction, purpose, sports is therapy, mental health benefits, social benefits, and emotional veterans. So this team here is a game we played a couple months ago. The other guy in the camouflage uniform, he was actually played against a Danish veteran team in St. Louis, which was pretty cool. They were a disabled team. Most of them had become disabled as well in the same armed conflicts. All right, so purpose. So the Central Illinois Warriors program has been organized just really exclusively for disabled veterans. Like I said, anybody can play if you have an honorable discharge, if you're a reservist, if you're active, you can participate. Generally, like I said, there's no cost. We'll get you equipped up to play. We've got players that have played all their life, and we've got players that started playing at 60. So there's no age limit. Everyone's welcome. So what's the purpose? So a lot of veterans, they leave the armed forces, they leave the military, develop some confidence, a sense of belonging, camaraderie, and really just develop connections of the same experience. A lot of people, we help, adjusting to new lifestyles. They get out, they go to college, they want to enter the workforce. Some struggle and some are more successful. And it just brings everybody together to share those common experiences. All right, so sports is therapy. There's actually studies done that high intensity sports is an alternative attractive for veterans, just because it reflects the military culture of athleticism and the physical, psychological, and environmental challenges that come with playing hockey can be a lot like that in the military. So that's why the VA sponsors it. They did numerous studies and found that it is beneficial.
Good question.
Yeah.
Looks like your goalie is female, so is it male, female?
Yeah, so she's the only female, Holly. That's Holly. So Holly is disabled, but she's actually still in the Air Guard as well. So she's our only female right now. We've had a couple other, so as we go through, we have players that come in, come out. So we usually average around like 35 people. We lose a few, we gain a few, every year. But yeah, it's open. Any veteran, it doesn't matter. Some mental health reductions. Biggest goal, right, for us is just helping out with people that what I call the injuries from the head and and above. A lot of PTSD. So the participation in sports has shown to reduce symptoms of PTSD, depression, anxiety, significantly. I have a quick video at the end where a lot of players talk about the benefit of hockey, so you can hear it specifically from other players. And obviously stress relief, right? So physical activity helps lower stress levels and promotes relaxation. So social benefits, obviously the camaraderie, right? Get out, you're meeting people and connecting, and with people with shared and like experiences. There's networking opportunities. And we do some community engagement. So we've done a Santa for seniors at the neighborhood house. We put together benches at the McDonald's house downtown, and we've done a fundraiser to help bring canned food to the food shelters in McLean County. Emotional benefits, obviously a sense of purpose. A lot of players, we have players on our team that frankly are unemployable, right? Because of their traumatic brain injuries or other injuries. And it gives them a sense of purpose, and it puts them back in a part of a team. They're going out there, they're practicing, they're skating. They're staying off some of the drugs. I have one player on the team who said that hockey actually helped him get off his antidepressant drugs. So emotional support. So obviously, sometimes as a veteran or, you go through an experience and it's hard to talk to somebody about it that may not have that experience or that understanding. So it puts 35 out of the 35, 40 people on the program at any time, you're always going to find somebody that has that like experience that you have, and then fun and enjoyment. But, hockey's fun, right? And it gives for a lot of people, excitement in their lives and something fun, right, to do. So I have a video here. Let's try to open it up. And this is from a WMBD. It's about a 2-minute video.
PSD.
Matt Sheehan tells us about brothers in arms playing ice hockey for the Central Illinois Veteran Warriors. "22 veterans take their own lives every day. That's according to veteran organization Mission 22. The Central Illinois Veteran Warriors is made up of veterans from all branches, playing the game they love as a unit to help each other through any pain or baggage they carry from when they served.
When you think of hockey, you might think of the exercise. The Central Illinois Veteran Warriors are hitting the ice to defeat PTSD as well.
It means the world. I'm a guy that's been diagnosed PTSD, and I use hockey as a way to help get through it. It's changed my perspective on life.
Really, this is my release. This is a time where I can kind of be with the guys and, let any kind of, issues of the day or the week, let loose a little bit, get out and have fun and move at the fast pace of hockey.
It's just a relief to kind of get out of the day-to-day, kind of grind a little bit. If you look around, just like me, I got a smile going on with these guys on the bench laughing and stuff. So it brings us all together. It gives us time to kind of chat and have fun.
The team raised money for the Rogers family in a hockey game against the Chicago Blackhawk Veteran Warriors. Kevin Rogers lost his son back in 2017.
Just the veteran community in general has been unbelievable for us, just the way they've held us close and helped us through this time.
Commanding officer and captain of the Central Illinois Veteran Warriors, Corey Allen, says his brothers mean the world to him. But the way to help him and his team, Allen says it's all about time.
I've long said that if it was money, the VA would have already figured this thing out. But it takes people's time. It takes people coming out and getting involved in our organization, showing up to events like this.
The team went up to Blaine, Minnesota for a tournament last weekend, winning first place, going 4-0, and bringing home the Hendrickson Foundation trophy.
If you'd like to get involved with the Central Illinois Veteran Warriors, whether it be playing, volunteering, or just coming to games, the information is on our website, ciproud.com.
Give an overview. If you know somebody that could benefit from the program, let them know. They can go to our Facebook page. We have a website, CIVW. They can contact us through that. But that's really all I have. If anybody has any questions about the program, we'd be happy to. Yeah. Sir.
Thanks. This is a great presentation. Great. Are you the coach?
No. We kind of coach ourselves. Some of the teams, like I said, have NHL alumni as coaches, but we're kind of self-ran, kind of a small market here.
And do you have participants that didn't play hockey before?
Yeah, I would say more than half the team had never played hockey before. So.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So,
How did you get involved?
With the program or hockey?
With the program.
Well, really, I helped start it up. So it was about six years ago. There was a group of 4 of us. And the whole USA Hockey Warrior program, it just gave a lot of wheels, right? Like there's just teams blossoming and growing everywhere. So, we're looking for something to do that we enjoy, and then we were looking for something, that we thought could impact people, and the team was creative.
Did you participate in Washington before you moved here?
I did. Yeah. So I was on a team in Washington, D.C. for about 2 years. So there's about 3 teams. In fact, the Washington Capitals right now are actually starting their own team there as well, just for disabled veterans. So.
We had a member here a couple of years ago, Dennis Sear, who I'm thinking was just reelected to the city council. But Dennis Sear played for the Rivermen, and I'm not sure that he might have not had a cup of coffee with the Blackhawks.
He was a Blackhawk.
He was a Blackhawk.
So,
I mean, if he's not involved, ask one of us, we'll get him involved.
Well, we've asked him, but to give credit to Dennis here, our first major donation to this program was from Dennis here.
Woohoo!
I just want to throw that out there and give him credit. So what happened is we reached out to the Chicago Blackhawks alumni for some type of raffle items, right? Dennis Sear donated 2 tickets to sit in the Chicago Blackhawks alumni booth, and that auctioned off, and we ended up making about our first $1,000 from that donation, in-kind donation from Dennis Sear. So.
Anybody else? I have a question for you. I'm way over here, standing up. I know how ice time is in Peoria.
Yes.
And I know that there are people who skate like at 4:30 in the morning just to get some ice time. Where do you work out? Just curious.
So we're Central Illinois. We did start in Peoria. Originally, we started, most of our players were in Peoria or Pekin and then Bloomington. We've expanded. So we've got players in Champaign. We've even got one in Pontiac now. Kind of, that's why we're Illinois Wire. So really, we go wherever we can get ice time, right? So the biggest challenge is hurdle right now is because we're so spread out. We got to play on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and you're also competing with youth hockey. And youth hockey is always going to have the priority, as it should be, with a group of veterans that want to rent the ice, I guess. So no, we have. I'd say the vast majority is in Pekin. Our team president is actually the rink manager at Pekin. And then last weekend we practiced in Peoria, and then in the end of April, beginning of May, we have practices in Bloomington. And then in the summer, we're going to register and play in the men's, or not, I won't say men's, the adult summer program at Owens. And like I said, almost all the costs right now, we've been able to cover, so for everybody. So it's been no expenses, and hockey's pretty expensive. So to be able to cover all the ice time right now with grants is pretty good. It took us a while to get there.
So I know you have your website, you're also on Facebook, you're also on Instagram, but are these rinks and things sharing where you can buy tickets or come watch a game happening?
Yeah, we haven't had any real local games in a while. So just ice time, and then you got to find a team to come out here and play. So it's been a challenge. We've had some, local games, and Champaign and Bloomington both have a fire and police team. So other than this year, we played a few games against them as well. So, but there's nothing really at the local rinks.
Is there other sports doing the same thing?
Yeah, I think there's obviously softball, and some of the programs will expand to softball. Different things. We have one of our members started. It's called Veterans Outdoors, and it's a nonprofit for hunting and fishing. So that kind of broke off too from the Central Illinois Warriors. So some of the people that helped start that, our team started that, and really what it is to take a group out. But if you're a veteran and you want to learn to hunt or fish or some aspect of outdoors, they'll take you out like in a small group setting or individually and teach you how to do. So I would say that's the veteran outdoors also kind of broke off or out of the team.
Any other questions?
Thank you, everybody.